Good morning. This morning we'll be opening our service with Unity Advent song, followed by, oh, What Child Is This? And you've got lyrics for both those songs in your bulletin, so please stand and join us singing.
Star or Bethlehem, shining inside of me, guiding me from where I am, shining inside of me, in my heart, in my heart. There is hope in my heart, in my heart. As I listen quietly, waiting inside of me, God brings peace and harmony, waiting inside of me, in my heart, in my mind. There is peace in my mind, in my mind, deeply flowing from within, moving inside of me. Love is pouring without end, living inside of me, in my soul, in my soul. There is love in my soul, in my soul. Filled with wonder and with grace, living inside of me. Christ is born now in this place, living inside of me, in my life, in my life. There is joy in my life, in my life. In my heart, in my heart. Hope, peace, love, and joy are in my heart, in my heart.
Okay, moving right into What Child Is This?
What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap, is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary. What lies he in such mean estate, where ox and ass are feeding. Good Christians fear for sinners here. The silent word is pleading. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant king, to own him. The King of kings salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary.
Good morning. Hi, George. Been saying it for 30 years, So anyway, hello to everyone, each and everyone here this morning. One of my favorite things to do as we settle in is just, to gaze around the room and see everyone. So it's good to see you. So, lighting of the Christ candle. We affirm the oneness of all beings. In the cosmos, we each manifest our own unique and beautiful way to be on purpose to Spirit's calling. We acknowledge the interconnectedness and inner being of all creation and commit to living and acting in harmony with this oneness. In all ways, reverently loving Mother Earth and the web of all existence. We commit to living sustainably and healthfully in all ways, growing in our consciousness of care and showing up respectful to Earth and to all beings, both personally and as a community. We say yes to the vibrancy of the planet and evolving good of all creation. We express God in all our loving actions for the earth, for all people, and for ourselves. We express this love as Christ. We light this Christ candle as a visible reminder of the presence of love that we are. And I'll go ahead and light the Advent candles. Today's candle is for love. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Oh, there it is. We have two actually up here, and I could not see either one. And so Now I do. I see the light. Okay. Golly, now, oh, where are we? Okay, so I feel like things are out of order here. Let's go back to welcoming. Hi, I'm Sherry Humes. I'm your service assistant for today. And thank you all for being here. And let's see. We want to say hello to anybody who's here for the first time. That's our first thing that we like to do. So if you're here for the first time, you can just raise your hand and we'll say hi, and that's all we do. But we also like to tell you, if you're here for the first time, that we have a time of treats and just getting to say hi to one another in the small chapel after service. So you're welcome to join us for that. Now we'll go ahead and say our 5 principles together. And as you sit back into your space, feel the spirit of love move through you as we take a moment to breathe. And together, God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think, feel, and believe. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way, every day. So it is. Also, what I want to do is acknowledge our music team today. So Jill Meadows, obviously on the harp, it's beautiful. And Cheryl Hodge is our accompanist. And of course, Marcia is with us today. Thank you. And our special guest speaker today is Marie, and she's going to come up and tell you just a little bit about what she's talking about.
Good morning. I am Marie Bailey, and today's the 3rd week of Advent, and the theme is love. So we're going to talk about divine love, and that it may not be exactly what you think. So, yeah, I'm hoping to have some fun with this. Anyway.
Should be great. Thank you so much. Okay, next we will be in preparation for our meditation and music.
Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle to watch lullaby.
Let's do one more verse of Away in the Manger in the original melody. Please sing with me.
In a manger, no crib for a bed, the stars in the sky looked down where he lay, the little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
Let us join in prayer. Let us join in prayer first for those in our community, in our state, who have been affected by the floods. And perhaps we all have, because when we have seen the devastation, even if our home is dry, perhaps our heart has ached for those, for our neighbors, for our friends, for our relatives. So let's give a moment of silence, knowing that all is well and will be well. So next in prayer, I'd like to read to you the poem that is our focus today. It's by E. E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling, I fear. No fate, for you are my fate, my sweet, and I want no world, for beautiful you are in my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of root, and the bud of bud, and the sky of sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or the mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. I now invite you into a soft, easy slowdown. This is the time to relax and renew in meditation as we gather in unity to quiet our minds, slow our breathing, calm our hearts. Begin by following your breath. Our breath is our first and most important connection to life within our body. Breathe in. Breathe in deeply. Hold your breath for a second or two and then release. Repeat this pattern for yourself a few times. Begin to see a pink glow around your heart center. This is the color and feeling of love that is always with you, within you. Be patient with yourself. Take a deep breath and sense the pink glow of love. Imagine for yourself, just for you, the warmth of love within. You are tending to yourself, taking time to feel the glow and warmth within. As you open up and feel love, it is then easy to share love with others. It is love that heals. It is love that forgives. It is love that expands our mind and heart. It is love that harmonizes our body and mind and blends us with Spirit Divine. Inviting love within is the purest time with God, with Spirit Divine. It feels like home. Breathe in. Take the next few minutes to let the sound carry you closer to Divine Spirit.
There's a bunch of great sounds in here this morning, aren't there? We've got the chimes, we've got the harp, we've got the little ding-a-ling-ling-dings. A lot of great stuff going on. We've also got this beautiful Advent wreath up here that several people in the congregation put together, I understand, so thank you for that, but it'd be worth coming up and taking a look at afterwards. I'm just kind of talking here because everything that I was going to talk about today just went out of my head. Serious. It's gone. It's gone. Okay, and here comes the reassurance. Thank you. You notice how we humans do that. It's always like, oh, no, don't. Feel a little nervous. Oh, don't be nervous. I'll kind of circle back to that later in the talk. But anyway, when Frank asked me to speak today, I was kind of like, oh, gosh, it's like a week away from Christmas or thereabouts. I can't do anything Christmassy, Frank. I really, ask somebody else. Because Marie, it's the third week of Advent and the theme is love. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to talk about love. But it's not going to be the way that you think I'm going to talk about love. I'm not going to talk about parental love and partner love and child love and, love and heart love and romantic love and all that. Talk about divine love, of course. But that may sound and come off a little bit different today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll be a little bit different way that you've heard it. So I want to begin by talking a little bit about me and who I am, because I know that I know several of you, I see you, we pass, I'm part of this congregation, that I work the podium, I'm a service assistant, but you don't really know that much about me, maybe. Some of you do, but I think most of you do not. So I am a doctor of psychology, and for many years I was a psychologist. I'm no longer a practicing psychologist. I still have the degree, of course, but I'm not a psychologist. And when I was a psychologist, I chose to work with one of the most difficult populations there is. I chose to work with a forensic population. And I spent almost my entire career working with prisoners, with inmates in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So I just want to say that when I was working in that career, that I witnessed some of the deepest emotional pain and some of the darkest fear that there is. Is that scratching coming from me? Maybe, I don't know. It could be my hair on the mic. And it was challenging, it was difficult, it was wonderful. I mean, I chose that population because I had to have the richness of that pathology and the challenge and the difficulty of working with that. And because of, my childhood and this kind of stuff, I chose to work with that population. Ultimately, I left because I became a yogi. Now, I want to clear up a misconception, is that yogis do more than just, the postures. So many of you probably know people who do yoga, and some of them may refer to themselves as yogis. And I just want to tell you that somebody who says, I go to 7 yoga classes a week, I'm a yogi. No, they're not. They do yoga. They do a lot of yoga. Now, I mean, there are some people who do a lot of yoga that are yogis, but the postures, the classes, the postures are just one little tiny bit of yoga. There are actually 8 limbs to yoga. And I got sucked down my spiritual path because yoga is a very, very deep, metaphysical, spiritual philosophy. It's really wonderful. And I started doing it while I was a psychologist and started to understand the esoteric aspects of yoga. And I was fascinated with it. And I used to be an angry atheist, believe it or not. And not anymore, that's for sure. But I ended up deciding to, I kind of ditched the psychology biz because there are a lot of parallels with yoga, believe it or not. And I went and I studied with a lineage of energy, a lineage of light and love and energy. It's a lineage that leads you away from the mind and starts to get you to live from your true living center, which is your feeling center. So we started to work. The practices revolved around living your life more from your heart versus your mind. Because life is truly lived through the modality of feeling, not the modality of thinking. So I want to bring in a quote from William Shakespeare, of all people, who said, and I'm probably paraphrasing a little bit, but there is nothing either bad or good, but thinking makes it so. Right? There is nothing either bad or good, but thinking makes it so. So here we jump into the mind, yeah? Shenanigans. This is where the shenanigans begin, when we start dealing with the mind. And so really a true spiritual practice is about beginning to move away from the mind and move more into our heart. Because it's through the heart that this divine love, this big spigot, this fire hose of spirit has been turned on full force and is coming in through us. But the mind just has this way of going, and kind of turning it off. Talk more about that in a sec. But I like to kind of start with the fundamentals, and this talk is a little bit yogic, but not that much, but coming from more of a yogic perspective. And I immerse myself in yoga. I'm now a yoga therapist. I'm not a psychologist anymore. I'm a yoga therapist. Why? Because yoga works so much better, right? We're working out where your stuff truly exists, which is not in the mind. Yeah, your mind is crazy, let's face it, your mind's just crazy, but that is not the place to address it. The place to address it is down here in the wellspring of that divine energy. Okay, so I'm going to begin with this model. It's kind of a metaphor that I always use when I teach. I'm a yoga therapy trainer, and it's pretty complicated, so try to keep up, okay? I want you to picture an ocean and a wave. And I mean, not even in your mind's eye, the blue ocean and waves. Maybe just like if I had a chalkboard here, a blackboard, and I took a piece of chalk and I just drew waves on it like this. So this is my model, ocean and waves. Pretty tough, right? Got it? I know it's tough. That's a tough one. Okay, so this ocean has lots of names. In yoga we call it lots of names, which I'm not going to go into. But we refer to this ocean. It's an ocean of energy. It's an ocean of oneness. It has no form, and it is unity. It's unity. It's oneness. It's unmanifest. All right. So these are the three qualities I want you to remember. It's unmanifest, it's formless, and it's timeless. There's no time there in the ocean. And it actually has no quality of its own. It is pure, divine potential. Pure divine potential to become anything, okay? So this ocean rises up into all these waves, right? Here's all the waves. And now these waves, it's moving up into the world of form. So there's Fat waves, skinny waves, big waves, little waves, waves that are shaped all different ways. So these waves, of course, are, the wave of a building, trees, animals, human beings. Now, on this plane, everything is in form, and we have time here. So where the ocean is timeless, up on this plane in the world of form, we have time. It's linear. It's going in one direction, right? Where we had oneness in the ocean, now we have two up here. There's the ocean and now the wave. So everything that exists on this plane exists in complementary opposites, in polarity. So where the ocean is unity, the wave, at the level of the wave on this plane, is polarity. Now this is important because this is kind of where the shenanigans start to begin. The ocean, if you're looking at this very sophisticated model that I'm presenting to you, you can see that the wave is still quite connected to the ocean, right? I mean, it's part of the ocean. So this ocean, this pure divine energy, is rising up into the world of form, expressing as us. It's creating us, it's expressing as us, it's powering us, and it's expressing through us out to the world. And we are all still connected on this plane because you look at that sophisticated model, underneath we are all still connected by the ocean. Okay, so everything on this plane exists in polar opposites. So yin and yang, light and dark, day and night, contraction, expansion, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. Everything has a polar opposite. We can't exist on this plane without a polar opposite. And the same kind of goes with emotions. So let's think about love. And what might you say the opposite of love is? A lot of people say hate, right, but fear. That's where I was going to go. Let's consider that the opposite of pain is fear. If I had a little chocolate kiss, I'd toss it to you here in the audience. It used to be a great training tool, by the way. People, you're using the Socratic method, getting people to answer the questions, and if they answer right, you toss them a little piece of candy. Sorry, my pockets are dry. But yeah, so the opposite of love is let's just say it's fear. And I totally agree with that. And the opposite of pleasure is pain. Now, this is where the real shenanigans begin. Because pain is a very necessary part of life, right? Just like pleasure. But because it exists in polar opposites, there's always going to have to be corresponding pain somewhere along the line if we are going to truly experience pleasure somewhere along the line. It's just this balance. It's how it works. Okay, so when we first come into manifest existence, really we're kind of okay with everything as it is, kind of living in this natural polarity, feeling pretty just okay with everything. And I'm kind of trying here not to use the labels that are the trappings of our existence. But we're just with everything. So think about kids. Think about little kids, babies, toddlers, and they're just okay with everything. They're kind of just running belly first into life, just enjoying every experience just for the pure, unadulterated experience of having it. So if they're happy, they laugh. If they're unhappy or sad, they cry. This is, little kids, they just don't care what people think of them. They're just we having a great time, whether it's the sweetness of a flower or the stinkiness of dog poop, they love it no matter what. They are just with it no matter what it is. Okay, so there comes a time during our development where the stinky, let's say, the poop kind of gets to feel like it's a little too overwhelming. And there's this thing that's biologically built in right into our brains. And, you know, by the way, we have to have a brain. We have to have a body to traverse this plane. And we have to have a brain in the body to be able to manage it, correct? So there's this thing built into the body that's called the negative, or into the brain, that's called the negativity bias. Now, this is the part of us that starts saying, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, it's a survival mechanism, essentially. It's fear-based. It's to keep us safe. If there's any evidence that there's danger somewhere, the negativity bias will kick on. Now, we've all experienced this. Have you ever gone through a day where there are 20 things, everything went right, but that one thing went wrong, and what do you focus on? That one thing, right? I had someone tell me once, I used to read my evals, and there would be all these wonderful things that people would say, and there'd be one person that said something a little bit negative, and I couldn't get away from it. I couldn't substitute. And I can agree with her. I used to get evaluated too. I wouldn't read them because I knew that's exactly what I would do. I know that I would just obsess over those evaluations that weren't what I thought they should be. You know, that weren't telling me I was quite up to par in their eyes, at least. So I wouldn't read them, but this is the negativity bias, and it gets pretty strong, especially the older we get. And so what starts to happen is we start to feel like the pain or the difficulty is against us. And then we start to choose for the pleasure. And so it's not even just that we say, well, I like feeling good better than I like feeling bad. What we do is we start to chase after the pleasure, and we start to keep anything potentially that could be bad behind us. So keep it away, keep it away. Well, how well does that work? We all know how well that works. It doesn't. Okay. So we're building our life around seeking pleasure, trying to avoid pain. But not only that, wait, there's more. We don't just try to avoid pain, we become fearful of experiencing pain. Okay, you with me? Shenanigans. That's kind of tough when 50% of life is probably going to be painful, yeah? How much of our life are we not living? And every time we cut off an experience that, well, actually, let me back up here. I also want to say, we're not in polarity anymore. We've moved into duality. Duality. And that's a word that's tossed around a lot. So when we're existing in duality, we are not only cutting off our wellspring of divine love, because we are just caught up in I like it or I don't like it. I'm choosing for it, I'm choosing against it. And so with that attitude, life starts to feel a little assaultive, doesn't it? Like 50% of the time, or maybe more. So life can be pretty hard to experience. All right. I want to share an experience with you that kind of exemplifies what I'm talking about. All of us have what I like to say is a dysfunctional relationship with a particular emotion. So some people have a little difficulty experiencing anger. Excuse me. Some people have difficulty experiencing anger. Usually, it's all based on what we were taught when we were kids. Oh, we can't be angry in this house. We don't hate. You can't be a smarty pants. You can't be a bossy pants. You can't be whatever it is, basically, that you were experiencing when you were a kid. Well, that grows with us, right? And we end up projecting it out onto everything in life. But I will say that I had an exceptionally dysfunctional relationship with sadness. I could not feel sad. And not until that long ago. I mean, when I was a psychologist, I was so rigidly embedded in my mind. I mean, I intellectualized everything. I did my very best not to feel anything. And then suddenly I become a yogi, and it was just like I started taking yoga classes and I started to feel. No, I started this intense study. I lived in an ashram for a while and really immersed myself in it. And things started to change. But by golly, that sadness I couldn't shake it. So I have to tell you, if there was any potential that I might have to feel sad, any possibility that I might have to feel sad, I would convert it to anxiety. I'd start getting scared. Oh my God, I might have to feel afraid here. And how do you deal with that? Numb it out, stuff it down, don't let the energy flow, pinch off that wellspring, that life, that fire hose of divine love that is moving through us and expressing as us. So I'm starting to pinch off a big part of myself. All right. So my experience, I was 10-ish years ago, thereabouts, and I had been in a relationship. It wasn't a real significant relationship, and we broke up. Okay, it wasn't working out. He wasn't really feeding my interest. He wasn't, so I had to call off. And I just realized I'm actually spending an inordinate amount of time qualifying what this relationship was. The real point is I left him, okay? I was the dumper, not the dumpy, so get that? That's really the most important part of this story. I was in control. But it still felt pretty bad. If it was still sad. So it was painful. And I remember after it happening, I was standing in my bathroom, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I could just feel the walls starting to close in on me. Like that anxiety of oh my God, I'm going to have to start feeling this. And I'm actually getting a little verklempt right now thinking about it, and not about the pain of the relationship being done, but the fact that I was so cut off that I couldn't let this love that needed to express, and it was expressing his pain, but my mind was screaming, I hate this. I couldn't let it move. But I'd been really immersed in my study for, a long time, many, many years. And so it was kind of about time that I'd figured it out. And I had it to a certain point, I had it to a certain degree, but this was the big kahuna. This was when it happened. So I kind of stayed in this anxious, revved up state, trying not to feel it for a few days. Wine helped. I have to say, don't drink that wine anymore, incidentally. But finally, I turned to my practice, and my practice let me start to feel it. And the more I felt, the more I could feel the exquisite beauty of being able to feel it all. And I remember standing in my bathroom again and looking at myself in the mirror and the tears, and it was just so joyous, and it was, you know, a magnificent moment when I could say, this much pain is beautiful because I'm allowing myself to feel it. So, then I had another epiphany. And I've kind of been tossing around Ernest Hemingway lately, this quote that he had, or paraphrasing it, but my epiphany happened little by little and then suddenly all at once. And I was standing there and I was going, oh my God, I have been misinterpreting the words witness and the words observe through all of this. And I think a lot of people do that. It's one of the trappings of spiritual study, where we hear these words, just observe it. I mean, in yoga, it was constant, you know, all the darshans, it was like, just rest back and let the experiences move through. Just witness it. And I know I'm not the only one. I mean, a lot of people, they just don't realize it. And I had this epiphany that, oh my God, witnessing it means you gotta feel it. What the heck? But the difference is I was feeling it fully without my mind screaming, I hate this, I don't want to feel this, I cannot do this, and my nervous system kicking on and you know, becoming dysregulated. I could just feel the sensation of that pain, of that sadness, and just let it move and let it move through. And when it would move through, a big wave would come, and then it would crest and subside, and I'd feel better until the next wave came. And I just learned how to surf real quick, you know, hang 10, hey. But this is, and then I experienced, this is the true joy, this love. And so this is what God, what source, what love wants for us. God wants us to experience all of it. Outside of that duality where we're saying, I don't like this, I'm not going to feel it. God did not come here to just feel good. God did not rise up out of the ocean and turn into all these forms just to have the good experiences. Of course not. God didn't come here to feel good. God came here to feel. To feel it all. The happy and the crappy, all of it. So this is the most beautiful expression that we can give to our divine self, which is us, powering us and expressing through us. The greatest gift of love that we can give is to work toward feeling more and more. Now, that's what the true definition of an open heart is. It's that you can open it up and you can let more and more of those painful experiences move through and feel them. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross says that the true definition of enlightenment is that you can just stay in the present moment and feel it when it's happening. And I mean, it's a tall order, so it's not like I'm up here going, I've got it mastered. But this is what we're talking about. Open feeling. This is the greatest gift that we can give back to the wave or I beg your pardon, back to the ocean, that the wave can give back to the ocean, is to feel it all, feel it fully. And this is our journey. This is our journey in a lifetime to move from that negative bias duality and work closer and closer and closer to polarity. And probably not going to happen in one lifetime. And I figure, gosh, I've gotten this far in this lifetime. I wonder how many lifetimes in the past I've been working on this. Probably a whole bunch. But anyway, with this all being said, we are going to circle back to this poem. I chose this poem by E. E. Cummings today because it's just such a fascinating, interesting poem. Now, I have to find it. Where did that poem go, Sherry? I'll use the front of the bulletin. And now, you can read it. You might want to close your eyes. I'm going to read it again. Sherry read it once beautifully. Thank you. I'm going to read it again. And this time I want you to think about this being a love poem from the ocean to the wave. Or maybe the wave to the ocean, whatever resonates with you best. And I just want you to hear it that way. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are, my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.
The idea of carrying each other in our hearts. We are one mind, one heart, but definitely one heart. Thank you. So next, we will begin to take our offering. And as the ushers come forward, our offering, we know abundance is our divine inheritance. Giving is our gift of love and appreciation. We always appreciate your generosity and support of this ministry that we are creating together. This includes each of you with us in person and those of you online. And as you take your offering to your heart, affirm quietly to yourself, I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. And then together, let us say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
gone here? Here we go. Feels kind of weird, but I get, as the speaker today, I get to bless the gifts as well. So I'm just going to say thank you so much to everyone at home, everyone in our beautiful Unity community, for all of the gifts that we all give to sustain us, keep us going, and all the wonderful things that we are able to do in this ministry. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I can breathe now. The fire hose is back on. Okay, just a couple of announcements. Okay, one is Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve service is at 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Another is Sonia last week on Thursday was going to have the little gathering of the horses and a bonfire and all of that. Well, it got rained out, so it's now this Thursday, if you're interested. And is it 6 to 8? Okay, at Sonia's horse farm. Sherry, one other thing. Is there anything else that I need to say? No. Oh, the chaplain is Malin. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the chaplain is Helga. Okay, thank you, Helga. Anything else? No.
Yes,
All right.
so next Sunday, you have in your bulletins an invitation to go caroling with us from 12 to 2. So wear something festive for that, and we'll have snacks before we go. Also, next Sunday, we have our very first ever pop-up choir. So most of you already, if you've sung with the choir before, you have your music and can be kind of learning it a little bit, because we'll have basically a half an hour next Sunday to run through it with everybody, and then we go on at 10 o'clock for the service. So that should be fun. It's not about perfection, it's about fun. So I hope that everybody's ready for next Sunday and all the music that we will be having. And now if everyone will please rise, we have one more song, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Sing it out. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds fear they're watching, or silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds feared and trembled when lo, above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed the Christ child's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger, the humble Christ was born, and God sent us salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. One more time. That Jesus Christ is born. Go on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain.
Oh, let's go ahead and stay standing, and let's say our prayer for protection. And we do include everyone, everywhere. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we'll stay standing and sing,
I choose love.
I Choose Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love.
Let love be present.
Let love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one.
One loving family.
One loving family, sharing one son. I choose love.
Peace for our planet.
Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love.
Let love be present.
Let love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one.
One choice unites us.
One choice unites us. Let this be the